This installment of my Real Stories of My Real Estate Experiences video series is titled Inclusions and Exclusions. I had an agent who was selling a listing that my client was buying, who had written in the MLS that the seller wanted to take with her certain chandeliers. It turned out that for a lot of different reasons, another agent was helping me, and she wrote up the purchase contract. And there was a rush to get it done, and she had overlooked that in the MLS, the agent had said those things were excluded. So when she wrote up the contract on the line that asks for inclusions and exclusions, she didn't write that any chandeliers or other lighting fixtures were excluded. And right in the contract, it lists that the things you're supposed to assume are included are any things that are attached physically to the house, which includes lighting, TV brackets, built-in shelving, anything that is physically attached to the wall. So she did not exclude it. The transaction was very difficult. The listing agent was very hostile throughout for reasons that are unclear. But in any event, as we were moving through the transaction, there was a question that came up because the buyer had remembered seeing something about chandeliers being excluded when he read the listing online. So he contacted the agent who was covering this transaction for me and asked her if she could find out which ones they were. And she called the agent and left a message, and then she took a look at the contract because she hadn't remembered omitting anything, and indeed she hadn't. So when the listing agent called her back, the agent who was covering for me said, "Oh, never mind, I see that we did not exclude any lighting fixtures." And the listing agent went ballistic, and she said, "Yes, we did. I wrote right in the MLS that they were excluded." And the agent who was covering for me said, "Well, you did, but that's not what the transaction looks to. It looks to the signed agreement of sale." And this other agent insisted and dug her heels in that no, it's the MLS. Well, let me tell you something. No, it's not. It's whatever the contract is that the buyer and seller have signed. Whatever inclusions and exclusions are written in there is what is set in stone. So be aware of that and make sure you are clear with your agent what is included, what is excluded. Washer, dryer, refrigerator, pool table in the basement, trampoline. What is included, what is excluded? Washer, dryer, refrigerator, pool table in the basement, trampoline. Anything that you have a question about or is not obvious as far as the boilerplate language is, make sure you write whether you want it included or excluded. And then make sure that when you do the walkthrough, you check to see that everything has been taken away that's supposed to, and anything that's supposed to have been left is indeed there.